Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to part 4 of my Black Belt Republic campaign here in Hearts of Iron 4KX. So I haven't overclocked my processor, but I did clean up a few things, so let's see, we should have a few days before this time's out, so let's just unpause. Oh, that's already so much better. Yeah, look at that, we can actually see it moving. Okay, great, you know. So, the Peace Party. Perhaps the strangest party to make the rounds before the election, the Peace Party is led by a group of unorthodox Christian preachers, namely Father Divine and Prophet Jones. Despite their unorthodox nature and Father Divine often being ridiculed for claiming to be God himself, a view he no longer brings up in public, their pacifism and emphasis on Christian morals has led to widespread sympathies among local religious leaders not turned off by their other views. And they have widespread support among Christians who view them as possible saviors of the Republic against both greed and radicalism, making them serious contenders in the election. So I'll probably talk more about this guy when I do the Black Revolt guide, but basically, yeah, this Father Divine dude does actually claim to be God. Or did, I should say. He's dead now. I was having some trouble actually finding out what his real name was, like his birth name, but he had given himself the name Father Divine, which is actually short for Father Reverend Major Jealous Divine. And he was part of like the founding of the International Peace Mission movement, which is why they are the Peace Party. And originally he had a very small black congregation, but eventually it became both multiracial and international. And he's usually considered by people to be a cult leader. But if we come over here, if we could just peek his thing, like, you know, his whole thing is like, you know, just because we're the Black Revolt doesn't mean we have to stay black. And if you look at his thing, there's a... What the heck was that? Did you guys hear that noise? Oh, it's this. Okay. Yeah, as you can see here, there's like multiracial congregations, which I enjoy that they had the lion and lamb laying down together to represent that. Which is which? All right, an odd bunch. Social conservatives get a little bit more popular. So you know, so more and more popularity is just kind of consolidating in the center as we go. That's essentially what's happening. But now the election should be happening any day now. So glad I didn't have to overclock. You know, if I could avoid overclocking or avoid spending your guys' hard-earned money that you donate to me on a brand new processor, I'm going to do that. It's kind of like how, so I don't know how many of you who watch this catch, I sometimes do non-history stuff, just in live streams, none of it's pre-recorded. Hold on. Let's come over here and get the better tank going. But I will sometimes, or not sometimes, I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I was talking about Age of Calamity, the Hyrule Warriors, like, second one that they made. And I said, I love the Zelda series, I love the Dynasty Warriors fighting mechanics. I'm huge fans of that franchise, and even though the two of them are fused together, I was not going to pay full price for them. And then somebody ended up donating me a super chat, which was more than the cost of the Age of Calamity, and I said, thank you very much, I was extremely grateful. And I said, so I'm going to use this money to buy that game as soon as it goes on sale, because just because you gave it to me doesn't mean I'm going to throw it away. By the way, the CPU is going great now, even with the OBS software on. It's at like only 52% usage, so really good. All right, election day. After much campaigning, the election is upon us. The votes are in, and only one party can come out on top. So who's it going to be? The Social Party, the Liberal Party, the New Republican Party. I'm just kind of also hovering over so you guys can see who's in charge, or the Peace Party, or not who's in charge, but you guys know who's going to be in charge. But I mean the leader effects that you get. So I've decided that we are going to go with the Liberal Party. Social liberalism will be in charge. And honestly, this is the main reason why I did it. Check the flag out. This is one of my favorite flags ever. It's based on the Republic of Zaire or Zaire. But it's just one of my favorite flag concepts ever. It's relatively simple. The colors work together, but it's just like, bro, my flag lifts, bro. Does your flag lift, bro? Oh, well then, fuck your flag. Like, my flag could kick your flag's ass. You just got this muscled arm holding up a torch. It's awesome. It's a simple concept. It could have been overdone. I think it works wonderfully. But also, Thurgood Marshall's cool, too. So, Thurgood Marshall, here is our resident silent lawyer, which is, I don't know if I've ever seen this modifier before. and like in any Hearts of Iron 4 thing, but it increases our daily political power gain as well as our construction speed. So Thurgood Marshall, for those of you who don't know, was an African-American lawyer, really prominent in the civil rights movement, and is most famous for two things. Number one of the cases that he fought before the Supreme Court, one of several, known as Brown v. Board of Education. Definitely, I would say that's probably one of the 3 or so Supreme Court cases that just about anybody living in the United States who's been born and raised there could name. Graduated from the Howard University School of Law. You know, there's Howard University again. Was a founder in the because he didn't found the NAACP, but he founded its Legal Defense and Education Fund, which is what led to the many cases they fought before the Supreme Court, including not just Brown versus Board of Education, but Shelley versus Kramer, which was also pretty important, and Smith versus Allwright. And I guess for those of you who are not American, I should explain. So Brown versus Board of Education was effectively the case that said racial segregation was against the law because it was a violation of equal protection. The Equal Protection Clause being the part of the 14th Amendment, which I guess I should actually pull that up and read that. Hold on a sec. 14th Amendment. Okay, yeah, because there's more than one clause in the 14th Amendment. So the exact wording is: all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So there you go for all of our non-American friends. Because the 14th Amendment has like 4 sections to it. Anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about Thurgood Marshall. Right. Yeah, so Thurgood Marshall, eventually, because like Brown versus Board of Education was argued in 1954, so that was during the Eisenhower administration. And then many years later, in 1967, he ended up replacing Tom Clark on the Supreme Court as an associate justice. He was nominated by Lyndon B. Johnson. And what I think is super cool is it's like one of those funny moments of history. Thurgood Marshall was sworn in by Hugo Black, who was another associate justice on the court at the time. And Hugo Black had been a former member of the KKK. But of course was then later on important in passing and getting in Brown versus Board of Education. I just wonder how they view Brown versus Board in Topeka, Kansas. Anyway, so that's Thurgood Marshall essentially, and then he served for almost 30 years. No, not 30 years. Let's say like 25 years ish, and then he was eventually replaced by Clarence Thomas, who came up yesterday. That's funny, It's a small black belt republic after all. And so on and so forth. So, of course, Clarence Thomas has not been born yet, and we're not going to go that far into the game where he would be. So, we now have an American identity. We could also come over here if we wanted. We could do the Liberty Party stuff and start coming down here, and there's important stuff there. But what I want to do is I want to get them cores. So in American identity, those who look to socialism or race nationalism are deluding themselves. For our identity and ideals are fundamentally American, even if America fails to live up to its ideals, which will emphasize a common American heritage and seek acceptance from America at large. So everybody's going to like us more, except for the syndicalists. And so that's why they're the ones who we will begin justifying on. Except we can't because we're social liberals, and I'm stupid. You know what? I'm going to do something, and if you guys got a problem with it, tough titty kitty. Sometimes you got to min-max when you're playing a nation this difficult. Be right back. Okay, and we're back on April 1st. I just went to the autosave. What we're going to do is... wait, did the world tension go down? Wasn't it at 50% before? Oh, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I was going to say that I was going to start justifying. Where did the world tension go? Where did it go? You know what it was? There was a couple of freaking peace deals. That's where your freaking problem is. So we're going to have to demobilize the economy. Although if we don't do it, it'll lower our stability. I'm actually kind of okay with that, I think. Yeah, you know what? I'll live with that. So, Liberty Party, once again, any chance to put, yeah, so we couldn't pull it off, guys. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. So, okay, let's look at this in a positive way. This means that we are going to now increase our base, increase the strength of our army, so that when we do go to war, we'll be nice and ready for it. Let's see here. We're still mobilizing, that's good. We can theoretically support up to 70 divisions. Alright, reclaim the states. We are not separatists, as so many claim. We are instead those who will finally run America as it was meant to be, with all citizens as political equals. We will claim and reform the United States. Let's do that. By the way, what has Texas done? Texas joined with Germany. That's just freaking amazing, isn't it? So we need Germany to lose if we're going to be able to take it back. Although, okay, I'm going to say it right now. Here's what I'm going to do. Because this is what I sort of do with China sometimes as well, where it's like you end up winning wars with like the Entente over the legation cities. And it's like, I don't want to freaking invade Canada as China just to end the war, technically, stuff like that. If we go to war with Germany or with the Third International or any non-American-led faction, like if we go to war with the Entente, we'll invade Canada, whatever. But if I can get to a point where I've taken the American land here in the United States and I'm able to cover my coastline and prevent invasions, and so it just basically becomes this stalemate, I see absolutely no reason where, like, if I'm fighting the Third International, that I have to go take Paris, or if I'm fighting Germany, I have to go take Berlin. I will not do it. It's going to drag on. It's going to get boring. You guys are not going to like it. So that's that, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And besides, if whenever I do the path, and that'll probably be a live stream thing, but if I do like Pan-Africanism, where I try to take back all of freaking Africa, so I'm gonna have to fight the Chiropact, the Entente, the Reichspact, you guys will like that shit. We'll do it then. If you just want to see relentless grinding. We're having some resistance to occupation right now. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so then should we maybe get the industry going? Yeah. Okay, so now we're having resistance issues, and it's because we have no garrison, because we can't do liberated workers anymore. Let's do local police forces. James Allred just got reelected as the president of Texas, so he's going to be sticking around. More of the same, n'est-ce pas? Okay. Now, let us convert these over to more proper infantry divisions, which we do not have enough manpower for, it looks like, so it's okay. We'll just get rid of a couple of these, like so. And then we want to eventually have a tank division going, so I guess let's get one training, like so. Well, it looks like we actually have the tanks to make one or two of the, no, not really, just the one. But we're going to do mediums later. I know we're building lights right now, but we'll switch them out. You know what we could do is we could maybe send volunteers out there into the world, though I don't really know who I want to help win, since I am on nobody's side, because nobody's on my side. What we're going to do... So then we're not going to be able to go to war probably until... Although we can get claims. Do we actually get, like, proper war goals? Yes, we do. Okay, so once we say rout the Federalists, we can get cores, and we can go after them. So you know what? Let's set that up. Let's prepare for that fight. So we could be at war once again in about 2 months. Finish the old Democrats. That'll give us some more cores. I think we might be able to push pretty early. Unfortunately, they don't have this strait across Chesapeake Bay on the map anymore. Sometimes I wonder if I just dreamed that was a thing. Oh, what's going on? Chile and Argentina are ending their hostilities. Yeah. Whatever. Don't care about world tension anymore, since it's going to have to take freaking 75 to get up there. So we'll be able to get a war goal on the Federalists, and then we can get a war goal on everybody else once we go to American Federation. So we don't have to worry about manual justifications. The Princely Federation is gone now. And, got a few civilian factories at work. Where do I want to... Let's build up Upper Mississippi. Here we go. Could bring a little reform down there. Okay, reclaim excuse me, reclaim the states is done. The Federalists would have us bend the knee for nothing in return, so we shall defeat them, for their tyranny is not proper America, but a farce. Their defeat will leave us far safer. So yeah, we'll get a claim here and a claim here. Or a core, excuse me, is what I meant to say. Let's keep striking black at the... Striking black. Yeah, black strike against the Black Legions. So we'll keep doing that. It's going to take another 100 days. Are we already done with the clan, or it's probably going to... Yeah, it's going to take time. I think it's just one of those things like when you win the Civil War, when you have remaining resistance, or you have to just keep whittling it down, whittling it down, whittling it down. Alright. The out-of-supply thing could be a problem, but most of the United States is going to have plenty of infrastructure, so hopefully it's not too big of a deal. Now the question is who we will attack after we're done with the Federalists. We're going to be able to advance... Oh, it says inferior enemy, but let's not get that twisted. That's because there's nobody here, except for that one division that was suffering from attrition. So, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we can hit Washington first. Let me put it this way. If we hit Washington first, I'm going to take everything. If we don't, we'll only take up to Virginia. Of course, I know that peace deals are always controversial. Okay. We can keep going down here. It's not that bad as far as the ahead of time. Yeah, let's do that. Now, are we going to ever be able to get something that increases our research slots? Let's kind of maybe come over here. What do we got here? We have a mass navy. This is military stuff. Officer training's pretty good. Firearms build up. But where can we get a research slot? Let's use the filter, or where is the filter thing? Isn't it here? Yeah, okay, just typing research is not going to be enough, but it looks like we can't get another slot here. So we're going to be stuck with 3? Oh, it's not an easy nation, this Black Revolt. Disarm the extremists. But there is some good industry stuff down here. We're just going to have to research one of the tanks the hard way. The medium tank, I meant to say. Just maybe do a slight research juggle. What are we going to do here? Let's get the army department going up. You know, we want to make our way toward becoming a spy master. Oh, I just realized, well, she's almost done building that intel network. Once she's done, we need to move her over here to Washington. Although, 12 days. Nah, no, we'll just kill them. We don't need no intel network to beat Washington. I think we need to prioritize killing the Pacific states. State of the judicial branch. With the judicial branch in our nation still coming to existence, many of our policies so far emulate the United States. However, there are calls to stop making judges appointable by political leaders at once, as it gives certain political factions too much influence over law. As such, the judiciary would have an independent system for reviewing and appointing judges. We can endorse this helps our stability, or we could say leave the current system in place. This helps social liberalism. Hurts our stability, but we get another +5 command power. Like as a cap, or no, it doesn't look that way. We're still at 110. That was gonna be weird. That probably was supposed to be something else. Russia just took a state, and Ireland also joined the Germans. Texaco has seized the state of Texas. Oh my goodness gracious! Texaco has long been under the sway of the Texas Oil Company, better known as Texaco. However, now Texaco have become almost completely inseparable as mercenaries hired by the company stormed the Texas Capitol and took the reins of the state. In the place of a designated legislative body, Texas executives have established the National Committee of State, which is commonly referred to as the Shotgun Regency due to its forced and makeshift manner. However, supreme authority over Texas now belongs to Texaco CEO Thurgood Marshall, who has had a powerful distaste for left-leaning regimes and has expressed support for Legionism. In his words, you only have to bribe an autocrat once. Yeah, this guy was infamous for really helping out General Franco during the Spanish Civil War, funneling him money and resources, which the rest of the company didn't know about. He was just working independently. Nation ruled from the shadows. He ended up spending the rest of his life partying with dictators around the world. You know how that goes. So, okay, we can finish the old Democrats. I guess we should, so we get the cores. Although we're still actively mobilizing, which is nice, but the ODP is still kicking and needs to be finished off at once. We need to boost our focus on combating their militants. That'll also help, you know, with the... Oh yeah, let's keep weeding out the clan with the resistance issues that we're having. But let's go ahead and declare the war. We're going to annex. Let's slow it down a little bit. And Henry Johnson, you are a go-go. Nope. Pin them down. You screwed up. You weren't watching this border, and now you're going to pay. The Russian Republic wants to help us. Thank you very much. That's all I've got to say. I think 4-speed might be good. So this guy's losing, but we just need them to hang in there for a little bit. Japan wants to help us out. Some volunteers. Okay. Ooh, Elizabeth City, that could be a problem. Oh man, they're starting to bring up reserves. They called in the Western Command Center as our enemy. They don't exist anymore, so I'm not exactly worried. United Mexican States wants to help us out. Thank you very much, Gaez. Oh shoot, I just accepted help from you know who. Alright, we're doing good. Come on, boys. Washington must be ours. Let's go ahead and recruit ahead of intelligence. And how's this going? We're still, yeah, Army department's done. Let's go ahead and form our own department. Hold on a second, getting an important phone call. Okay, and I'm back. Just a quick call. Alright. So, 3 dockyards. Do we want to start working on a navy at all? Like, do I care? I guess let's just make a tiny navy. Little navy. Teeny little thing. And yeah, as you can see, we're already having some problems. Do they have a navy? Do they have anything I need to be worried about? Yeah, they actually do. So there is the potential for some naval invasions to happen. But let's go ahead and stop the advance and just focus on filling in these spaces that we've got already here. Okay, we're going to keep queuing up some more divisions. Have those leave as soon as they're done. There goes the Patagonians. They usually lose, to be expected. Now we just wait. We wait for our shot. We're still good logistically. Wait, where's the division we turn them all into? It's the infantry one. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to duplicate that. We're just going to, yeah, have a duplicate division, which we eventually hope to make them. So for right now, let's make sure they've got the engineers. I think I have plenty of support equipment to do that. Yeah, great. So, you know, the engineers make a huge difference. I really should have switched those over before the war even began, but that bit of entrenchment. Oh, the Federalists. They just hang on so tight these days. They don't let it go. Hang in there. We're currently losing. We could go into a last stand. You know what? That's exactly what we're going to do. While the support equipment gets distributed. Now we just wait. Actually, yeah, this looks... Could we win here? I'll certainly take it. Nope. Nope. No, we can't. at least one of these divisions needs to get up here. Right here in this tile, or else this guy's gonna get surrounded and die. Nationalist Chile, thank you for the help. Let's do it. Nice, push them back. And the Russians are actually going on the offensive, hitting from this tile and this tile. Great. Great, great, great. We're just gonna wait for opportunity. Unfortunately, these guys aren't very well trained either. That's another problem we've got. Nope, don't do that. Still mobilizing though. Alright, now we can make some better tank divisions. Or better tanks. And we might put some armored recon in our regular infantry or something. 169 days. Alright then. Thought that was going to take a long... Well, we already are in 1938, I guess, so that sort of makes sense. Alright, these are the volunteer divisions alone that are doing this well. Awesome. And so we can now become a spy master later on. Let's get a bit of passive defense, and then I'll stop using my civilian factories and all that stuff. Where else do I want to put infrastructure here? Yeah. Let's see here. Divisions are still preparing, it says. Maybe help them push a little bit. Good, good. Another operative is ready. Where are we still dealing with resistance? Actually, it's not so bad anymore. So, how about you build up some intel down here, out here in Washington, then? After all. Asserting independence? No. We want more cores. But I think we should go work on some other stuff first. So, for example, let's see. We got call in the cavalry. This is going to help with manpower. Troop morale might be better, though. Yeah, let's do troop morale. This is going to help with planning, increases our max command power again. And basically we could just... Yeah, just start heading towards getting better land doctrine as well. We're going to need everything we can get. Who do we care about? You know, Russia's been helping us out a lot. We'll trade with them. They're being pretty sweet. Union of Burma is never going to get involved with us. Who else is kind of independent? We have no beef with Japan. There we go. A little bit more support. Okay. Good, good. Shoot, didn't change these over. How's that looking? 10 days, maybe, to crack these 5 divisions. All this for Richmond, but it's not actually going to get us too much closer to Washington. Ah, if only this was still open, the stream. There's Canadian volunteers here as well we're trying to crack. The problem's going to be getting through the Ironsides division. Yeah, it's a problem. No. Oh, no. Not what I meant to do. Let's get rid of that. You know what? I actually want to do some long-term decrypting of the Pacific States. Because I'm a little bit more worried about the Pacific States than I am about the CSA. They're looking so strong, and so I think these might actually be the ones we attack next, not counting the American Union State. If they're still alive, we might go after them. I think we can speed it up here a little bit while we try to take out this tile. Because then the battle lines are going to freeze for a minute. And then we're going to be in stalemate simulator. Not really, but we'll be able to break through. We just got to hold on. Stop these reinforcements from coming in. I know that it's red. That's fine. Ooh, look at what happens to your manpower once you just get some actual cores. Do I care about war propaganda? Nah. Okay. Alright. Reposition. And let's think about how we're going to drive into Washington. I think we need to get some anti-tank equipment going. Yeah. We don't need it a whole lot against Washington, against the Federalists, but I'm sure the Pacific states are going to have their fair share of stuff like that. Or, you know, slightly more hardened divisions. Socialist victory in Russia. Oh, yep, they're the Russian Socialist Republic now. There goes Guatemala. Okay. Let's put this into... Let's get more motorized because I want to put field hospitals in my units later. Oh, you know what, though? Russia's going to join the Internationale. I'm sure they will. So let's work with Japan instead. Okay. It says we've got an inferior enemy. Not so sure how true that is. Let's try to break through this tank division, though. Oh, it's working! Not really. Or undecided. You know what, we're just going to stop it there. I'm Conquering History Games. In the next episode, we're hopefully going to kill the Federalists. After that, I think we're going to go... I actually sort of hope the American Union State dies, so then we can have a border with the Pacific States. If not, we will attack the American Union State. And, yeah, I want to go after the Pacific first. It's, I think, the bigger priority target instead of the CSA. So, anyway, I'll see you then.